Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another figure review. A little bit of a late review, but I don't really care. Um, I might just call this, late review series. But I found this guy at a GameStop just sitting there, and he is one of the Marvel Legends that I've been trying to get. And, I don't want to go through the hassle of ordering online and, having to add something else just to get the free shipping, because in the end, like with the shipping and the tax, it almost adds up to, 35 bucks, which, might as well throw something in and get that free shipping. But, it's pretty neat when you find a figure on the shelf just waiting for you. And Blade here was one of those figures. But with that being said, this is one of the recent Marvel Legends waves to come out, but not too recent. I think it's like the very beginning of this year. I don't remember. But this is an updated Blade that we're getting here. And you can see there Marvel's Blade, and it's based on the Marvel Knights video game. You get some nice art there on the side. And the same over here. And then you do have a read-up of Blade himself, so you can read that if you want. And then down here you have all the other figures. I only got Luke Cage. I'm still interested in this Daredevil, so hopefully I'll find him soon in store, or maybe he'll go on a discount on Amazon or something. But with that being said, let me crack this guy open and we'll get straight into it. With this Blade figure, you do get a Build-A-Figure piece, and here is the... what's the name of this damn thing? The Mindless one, which is supposed to be a troop builder, so it kind of sucks that, it's a Build-A-Figure. But it also comes with this huge sort of beam effect, or, eye effect, which looks pretty cool, but it also works well as, just standard flame effect, so I may do something with this. I'm not going to complete this, so just having this as some sort of effect piece works for me. But yeah, with that being said, let's look at Blade's accessories. Out of the box, he does come with 2 fisted hands. He has weapon holding hands, which he will definitely need for all of his accessories. He comes with 2 sort of stakes, I believe they're called, but they're basically vampire killing sticks. And they are sculpted pretty nicely. You can see some of the wood and sort of patterning going down the stick here, but pretty neat and very fitting for the character. He comes with 2 sort of bladed weapons, double-ended weapons. I believe these kind of function like boomerangs. If he throws them, they kind of come back to him. At least that's how I remember these functioning. But you get 2, you get a pair, and yeah, they're basically identical sculpt. And the sculpt itself is very nicely sculpted. You have some nice kind of glimmery reflective silver on there, but you also get this nice sort of handle sculpting on there with some red, so that's very nice looking. A nice pair of bladed weapons. And then we also get his signature blade or sword. But yeah, there it is in all its glory. It does have some nice silver paint to it. And some nice red for here at the handle, again with some nicely sculpted detail on there. Nice looking sword. And this does have storage on his back. This is sculpted onto the coat, which is interesting. Usually they just go for a separate piece and then a hole on the coat, but here is different, and it should just slide in there as such, or should it go this way? There we go. That's much smoother. And will it come out? Doesn't seem like it. But those are all the accessories we get with Blade. Let's move on to his articulation. Tons of accessories for this guy, but articulation is also very impressive, especially for a coated character. But he can look up about that much. Again, he is on a disc hinge, which I prefer over the ball joints. looking down is pretty well, and he does have some pivot there on the head, and obviously he can turn side to side and look all around him. Um, the shoulders can get a little bit tricky. So tricky shoulders, I sort of had to stop the recording to see what was going on, but going down not so much because of the coat, you know, it kind of obstructs there. So I may go in there and cut a little bit off so that it can lay a little bit more flat, because as it is, that's as low as his arms can go, and I would like them to go a little bit further down. And up in the shoulder, the way the sleeve is sculpted up here, it runs into the torso piece over here, so it's a bit of a bummer because you can't really get much outward, about that much. So I may also just remove his coat and go in there and remove some excess plastic from the torso and see if that helps. You get the bicep swivel, which, you know, rotates very well, double jointed, pinned elbows, but you know, they bend in very well. All of his hands are horizontal hinges, so side to side. You do have a waist swivel here, and then a ab crunch in there, very nice. He kicks forward pretty well, outward pretty well, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, which are pinless, so I don't know why they did pinless and then pinned. Common complaint from everyone, but it doesn't really bother me whatsoever. So you have your boot swivel there, ankles go back forward, and you do have your ankle pivot there. So yeah, nice articulation overall. I may go in and do the whole cutting up here, because this should be as easy as simply removing the coat as such, and then removing it and cutting some excess plastic in there. I may do that and then continue recording. Alright, so I might as well show off the details with his coat off. But there's the torso. I believe this is reused from the previous blade we had gotten. So here we have our previous blade, and yeah, it looks like it's the same torso all around. You know, it's just different design, where this one didn't have a coat and this guy does now. So, you know, his arms are different, but I believe legs are completely different. These are kind of cool. They are removable. May add them to this guy. This guy had a cool sort of bandolier here with the stakes going around him, which was pretty cool. I don't think it would work with this guy since he has the coat on top, but you know, that was pretty cool for this one. But this one just had more painted details on the torso, like the silver there and up here, and the rest seems to be pretty bland, like our current version here. But yeah, those are the similarities and differences between the two. But yeah, it's nicely detailed. You have some nice boots down here, some nice sort of knee pads and pockets. And then we have some nice, or we have, I should say, a nice sculpt here for the head sculpt. He is constantly screaming, which, you know, is a complaint a lot of people had with this figure. Unfortunately, we didn't get another head sculpt with it. The hair doesn't have a lot of detail, you know, in terms of, you know, hair texture and whatnot. It's just kind of flat and it's just painted on there. So that looks a bit awkward, but his beard there is also just kind of painted on there. But yeah, there's no like texturing for the beard. Yeah, no, so it's a good looking head sculpt. I just wish we would have gotten, like many others voiced their opinion, a non-screaming head sculpt. Now, if you really wanted to, see if we can swap their heads around. Maybe it's the same ball joint size. Seems to have fit in there. You can have this alternate head sculpt on there with a more stern, serious look. It doesn't look too bad, but you know, I don't like the glasses or that hairstyle. I mean, it's not a bad head sculpt, but This definitely is more blade-like. But yeah, it's a shame we didn't get an alternate non-screaming head sculpt. Now, when it comes to the modification that I tried to do, I did cut a little more off. As you can see, I slivered off part of the sculpt here, but I also had to go into the hinge and make it a little more, I don't know what the word is, but I feel like it just get a little bit more range going up. But unfortunately, that's about as much as I can get it to go up, which is a bit of a shame, but I think that works for now. Now the arms going down, the coat did kind of affect it, but you can see where the torso is just too wide here, coming up to the arm, so going down, it's just not gonna go any further than that. You'd really have to cut into the torso itself, and I'm not gonna do that. The small minor modifications I made should help, you know, getting them into better poses. But yeah, it's a shame that the torso is sculpted that way, because yeah, that gets limited right around there. But yeah, those are the small mods I made. But you can see with the coat on, his arms still go down a little bit, fairly down. All I did was minor cuts there, and on this side as well. They're not too noticeable since the torso is kind of darker colored, so you know, it's not too noticeable and it's not distracting, and I'm happy with the little bit of added range that I could, you know, give this guy. But yeah, overall, I think he is a fantastic figure. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and let me know in the comments what you think of this figure. Did you pick this blade up? I think he was a worthy addition and a worthy figure of replacing the old blade, and well, he just fell. Again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a future video.